Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mass Effect. So last episode we explored around the Citadel Presidium, met all the interesting and bizarre aliens that live here, and were introduced to some other bizarre characters. And now we're going to go and meet the Council, and hopefully find a way to expose that evil bastard Saren for the evil alien prick that he is. I don't know, get him arrested or something, I don't know. Let's just, yeah. Why do I always sound so awkward in these playthroughs? Hopefully I'll get better later on. Nice music.
The Council isn't going to ask me any questions, are they?
I doubt it. We've made our reports. Now we just have to trust Ambassador Udina.
No, we don't, sir.
Yeah, Caden, that is pretty naive, you have to admit. What is with this elevator music? This is like the ultimate space age we live in, and this is the music they play in elevators? Rather odd choice. Okay. That was weird. Whoa, look at this place. See if Gaiden and Ashley have anything to say about this area.
You sure have to climb a lot of stairs to reach the Council. Think that's supposed to be symbolic of their importance?
Yeah, probably. They want you to crawl your way up, so they can stand over you while you're dying from the fatigue and feel all superior. I don't know.
I like that fountain. It's very soothing.
If you say so.
You sure have to climb a lot of stairs to reach the Council. Think that's supposed to be symbolic of their importance?
Alright, what about you, Ashley?
I bet all these staircases aren't just for show. They make for good defensive positions if this place is ever attacked.
Good point. Good point.
What are those, cherry trees?
That's what I was thinking. They do look like cherry blossom trees. You know, the tree from Asia, I guess. I don't know.
I bet all these staircases aren't just for show. They make for good defensive positions if this place is ever attacked.
Saren's hiding something. Give me more time. Stall them.
Stall the Council? Don't be ridiculous. Your investigation is over, Garrus.
Commander Shepard, Garrus Vicarian. I was the officer in charge of the C-Sec investigation into Saren.
You don't like Saren.
Sounds like you really want to bring him down.
I don't trust him. Something about him rubs me the wrong way. But he's a spectre. Everything he touches is classified. I can't find any hard evidence.
I think the Council's ready for us, Commander.
Good luck, Shepard. Maybe they'll listen to you.
Alright. Thanks, Garrus. Yeah, this is Garrus. He was one of the characters you saw earlier in the main menu. He was one of the, the very first video. Anyway. So you have anything else to say?
You don't want to keep the Council waiting.
Alright, see you around, Garrus. He's actually one of my favorite characters in the series. I can't really say his role in this game is very, I mean, he's a good character in this game, but he becomes even better in the future games. Anyway. Nothing here. And those definitely look like cherry blossom trees. Which makes absolutely no sense that the Intergalactic Council would choose cherry blossom trees from Earth to decorate their palatial chamber area. I don't know. Just sounds really bizarre. Another keeper. around here, see if there's
Don't be
anyone.
ridiculous. The Volus won't be joining the Council for years.
I'm not so sure. The humans are making a strong push, and you can bet the Volus will be right on their coattails if they succeed.
Allowing the humans to join us is a sound strategic move. But the Volus? No. The Hanar are likely to be next, then the Elcor.
You may be right, though the Hanar need to lighten up a bit first.
You just don't like them because you have trouble understanding them.
It would be funny if they suddenly like started looking at me and like be like really awkward because they're like, dude, what are you doing? Why are you standing right next to us while we're talking to each other? We're having a private conversation here, you freak. I'm Commander Shepard. I can eavesdrop as much as I want, and no one ever seems to care. Right. Nothing here. So I do kind of wonder why does the Council seem to treat humans with such importance? I mean, they do. Well, it's a weird thing, I guess, because on one hand, they do seem to treat humans with more respect than they treat the other species, like the Volus or the Hanar. It's clearly evidenced by the fact that they give the humans their own embassy office within only a very short amount of time between first contact and the present. Whereas with the Volus and the Elcor, they force them to share the same embassy office after, I guess, hundreds of years of them struggling to get an embassy. I don't know the full details. But on the other hand, the Council also sort of disregards humanity whenever it suits them. There must be some reason for it. I mean, I suppose humans are a more powerful and influential species than the Elcor and the Volus because maybe they have better military might. I think I pointed this out in my last video. The species that are more strong militarily are automatically treated with much more importance. Which is sad truth for countries in real life, actually. It's just the way the world works, you know? Nothing you can do about it.
No, I'm waiting to speak with one of the Councilor's assistants.
Rear Admiral Kahuku. I'm sorry, but every time I hear the word Rear Admiral, I can only think of that joke from Simpsons now. It's the episode, I think it was the Halloween special where Bart and Milhouse were on the bus and the gremlin was trying to destroy it, and Milhouse made that joke where like he turns his back, he exposes himself to wet willies or what was it? Wet willies and wedgies and the dreaded Rear Admiral. It was just funny. Anyway.
Commander?
I know that's actually a real-life military rank. I have no idea what the hell a Rear Admiral does, though.
Commander?
Are they more important than...
No, I just want to ask a couple of questions.
As I was saying, are they more important than are they more important than normal admirals, or are they, like, one rank behind them? I don't know. Anyway, wasting time as usual, so let's head up here, save before the big trial, which is blind, of course. It's going to be nothing but a complete disaster for us.
The hearing's already started. Come on.
The Geth attack is a matter of some concern, but there is nothing to indicate Saren was involved in any way.
The investigation by Citadel security turned up no evidence to support your charge of treason.
An eyewitness saw him kill Nihilus in cold blood.
We've read the Eden Prime reports, Ambassador. The testimony of one traumatized dock worker is hardly compelling proof.
I resent these accusations. Nihilus was a fellow Spectre and a friend.
That just let you catch him off guard.
Captain Anderson, you always seem to be involved when humanity makes false charges against me. And this must be your protege, Commander Shepard, the one who let the beacon get destroyed.
Okay, I know he's a total jackass, but you have to admit, Saren looks really badass right now. It's like a giant hologram of him. Yeah, supervillains certainly know how to make an entrance in this game. Okay. How did you get involved?
The mission to Eden Prime was top secret. The only way you could know about the beacon was if you were there.
With Nihilus gone, his files passed on to me. I read the Eden Prime report. I was unimpressed. But what can you expect from a human?
Ooh. He's playing the racist card now, huh? Insults. Typical.
Saren despises humanity. That's why he attacked Eden Prime.
Your species needs to learn its place, Shepard. You're not ready to join the Council. You're not even ready to join the Spectres.
He has no right to say that. That's not his decision.
Shepard's admission into the Spectres is not the purpose of this meeting.
This meeting has no purpose. The humans are wasting your time, Counselor, and mine.
You arrogant bastard.
You can't hide behind the Council forever.
There is still one outstanding issue. Commander Shepard's vision. It may have been triggered by the beacon.
Are we allowing dreams into evidence now? How can I defend my innocence against this kind of testimony?
I agree. Our judgment must be based on facts and evidence, not wild imaginings and reckless speculation.
Do you have anything else to add, Commander Shepard?
What's the point? You guys can all go to hell.
You've made your decision. I won't waste my breath.
The Council has found no evidence of any connection between Saren and the Geth. Ambassador, your petition to have him disbarred from the Spectres is denied.
I'm glad to see justice was served.
This meeting is adjourned.
I can't believe how did they think it was gonna go? Oh, poor Udina, he's slouching.
It was a mistake bringing you into that hearing, Captain. You and Saren have too much history. It made the Council question our motives.
I know Saren.
You guys are morons.
He's working with the Geth for one reason. To exterminate the entire human race. Every colony we have is at risk. Every world we control is in danger. Even Earth isn't safe.
How do you know Saren?
Tell me about this history between you and Saren.
I worked with him on a mission a long time ago. Things went bad. Real bad. We shouldn't talk about this here. But I know what he's like. And he has to be stopped.
Now what?
What's our next step?
As a Spectre, he's virtually untouchable. We need to find some way to expose him.
What about Garrus, that CSEC investigator? We saw him arguing with the Executor.
That's right. He was asking for more time to finish his report. Seems like he was close to finding something on Saren.
I'll talk to him.
Any idea where we could find him?
I have a contact in CSEC who can help us track Garrus down. His name is Harkin.
Forget it. They suspended Harkin last month, drinking on the job. I won't waste my time with that loser.
You won't have to. I don't want the Council using your past history with Saren as an excuse to ignore anything we turn up. Shepard will handle this.
The captain deserves better.
You can't just cut Captain Anderson out of this investigation.
The ambassador's right. I need to step aside.
I need to take care of some business. Captain, meet me in my office later.
Harkin's probably getting drunk at Cora's Den. It's a dingy little club in the lower section of the wards.
Any other leads? Actually, Actually, I'm gonna pick this one. You want me to go see him?
I thought you said he was a drunken loser.
Couldn't hurt to go talk to him. Just be careful. I wouldn't call him reliable.
I'm gonna ask about him and Saren as the last Because it'll still be there. Even if I pick these, I think. So... the Council and the Ambassador.
Our Ambassador doesn't seem to get along with the Council.
He's just frustrated. The Council's always preaching that we need to be part of the galactic community. But for them, it's a one-way street. They want us to expand and settle unstable regions like the Skillian Verge and the Attican Traverse. But when we run into trouble, they don't want to help us out. Everyone knows it's only a matter of time until we get a seat on the Council. The Ambassador just thinks it should happen sooner rather than later. And I agree.
Why do we even bother?
Who cares if we get a seat on the Council? What's the big deal?
If the Council passes a ruling on an interstellar matter, we have to follow it. We don't have the fleets or political allies to defy them. Once we get a seat on the Council, we'll be able to influence those rulings, protect our own interests. No more jumping through hoops whenever we want something. Take this mess we're in now. If humanity had a seat on the Council, we'd just send the Citadel fleet out to take care of Saren and his Geth. Problem solved.
Interesting point, I guess. Although, I mean, even if we do get a council seat, even then the other council species would still probably, because they're more united with each other, and we're just a newly arrived species, so wouldn't they still be more prone to, combine their political power to alienate us, or I don't know. I'm curious. I'm curious about this option. We're too independent.
Maybe they'd let us join the Council if we were more willing to cooperate with the other species.
Of course they would. If we did everything they told us to, they'd love to have us on the Council. But it wouldn't be much of a deal for us. I understand their side. They don't want us dominating the Council. It's founded on cooperation and alliances. But we have to look out for our own interests, too.
It's very true. Very true. It's not a good idea to just, kneel over for them every time they want something. Because at that point, we'd be little more than like a vassal state to them or something. Okay, so... Harkin.
You don't think much of Harkin.
The guy joined CSEC about 20 years ago. He's been an embarrassment to our species ever since. Roughing up suspects in custody, bribery accusations, alcohol and drug use. The embassy used to step in when he got in trouble. But I guess enough was enough.
Why protect him?
The guy's a scumbag. He should have been cut loose a long time ago.
He was one of the first human CSEC officers. Guess it would have looked bad if he got fired. A lot of backroom deals were worked out over the years to keep him on the force. Politics is a dirty business sometimes, but it looks like his time's run out. We've got enough humans in CSEC now to stop protecting him.
Alright. The Spectres.
I want to know more about the Spectres.
They're not your typical government agency. They tend to work alone, behind the scenes. They take care of problems the Council can't. It's not easy preserving peace across an entire galaxy. The Council prefers to use diplomacy and negotiation. But sometimes more extreme measures are needed.
How are they chosen?
How do they decide who becomes a Spectre?
You can't just apply to join. There's no training program. Spectres aren't made. They're born. The Council's always looking for exceptional individuals. People who can get the job done. Like you. They've been watching you for years. They see something in you. They want you on their side. Nihilus was supposed to give them a final recommendation, but with him gone, things are still up in the air.
How are they organized?
What's their command structure like?
There is no command structure. Each Spectre answers directly to the Council. Sometimes they're sent on specific missions. Other times, they act on their own. They tend to operate outside the law, do whatever it takes to accomplish their goals. The Council just turns a blind eye. Spectres have a lot of power, Shepard.
Yeah, we see how well that went. Is this legal?
They sound like shadow operatives.
Everything about them is classified. We don't even know how many there are. The latest Alliance estimate puts their numbers under 100. But the Council couldn't do its job without them. They're the Citadel's top agents, the last line of defense, the final option before open war. The entire galaxy respects and fears them. If a Spectre shows up, you know something big is about to happen.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's a real-life equivalent to such a group. I mean, the closest I can think of is like a Black Ops organization, but even that doesn't really sound like what these guys are. They kind of remind me of like the 00 agents from the James Bond movies. Anyway. What happens if one goes too far?
What happens when a Spectre goes rogue, like Saren?
It doesn't happen often. The Council is careful when they select their candidates. But when something does go wrong, there's usually only one solution. Send another Spectre to bring the rogue agent down.
Oh my god. So Jenkins was right then. When a Spectre goes rogue, they send another one to take them down. Because that's Spectre justice. Oh, Jenkins, if only he had survived long enough to hear that. Rest in peace, Leroy. Rest in peace. Alright, other leads.
Maybe there's another way to find evidence against Saren.
You should talk to Barla Vaughn over in the financial district. Rumor has it he's an agent for the Shadow Broker.
The Shadow Broker?
An information dealer. Buys and sells secrets to the highest bidder. I've heard Barla Vaughn's one of the top representatives. He might know something about Saren, but his information won't come cheap.
So, we got some more investigate options here. Barla Vaughn.
Tell me about Barla Vaughn.
He specializes in moving large sums of money without leaving a paper trail. A financial genius, doesn't do anything illegal, but he knows all the loopholes. He's got an impressive client list. Ambassadors, diplomats, specters. That's probably why the Shadow Broker uses him.
Okay. The Shadow Broker.
Tell me more about the Shadow Broker.
He's a necessary evil of galactic politics. Buying and selling information is a part of the game, and the Shadow Broker just happens to be the best player on the field. Always sells to the highest bidder. Doesn't get involved in politics, doesn't pick sides. A simple system, but it works. He's not a threat to anyone, not directly. He's just a resource we can use, or she is. Or maybe they are. Nobody really knows.
Yeah, the Shadow Broker is a major... I'm not gonna spoil anything, but the Shadow Broker is a major character in the second Mass Effect game. And, well, yeah, let's just say he has a huge role to play. So, what about you and Saren?
You and Saren have a history. What happened?
About 20 years ago, I was part of a mission in the Skillian Verge. I was working with Saren to find and remove a known terrorist threat. Saren eliminated his target, but a lot of people died along the way, innocent people. And the official records just covered it all up. But I saw how he operates. No conscience, no hesitation. He'd kill 1,000 innocent civilians to end a war without a second thought.
So here I have an opportunity to either agree with such methods or disagree. In all honesty, I don't really... I mean, to kill 1,000 innocent people to end a war, it really depends on the actual situation. I mean, if you have to either sacrifice 1,000 innocent people or continue a war in which millions of people could die, it's sometimes you just have to choose between the greater evil or the lesser evil, and it's a shitty choice, but that's war. I'm not really going to agree or disagree because, as I said, it depends really on the situation. It's not really an absolute morality you can just blindly follow. Anyway. Goodbye.
I should go.
Good luck, Shepard. I'll be over in the ambassador's office if you need anything else.
So... yeah, that scene where they were trying to provide evidence against Saren was really stupid. It seemed like it would have been a much... well, maybe it would have been a better idea to try and find evidence against him before. Although, at the same time, it's true that... I guess if they hadn't, then CSEC wouldn't be investigating him, and Garrus wouldn't have gotten involved, and other things would have happened, but still. What I really don't like, though, is that Anderson openly told everyone that Shepard had this vision from the beacon, so now Saren knows that Shepard is the human that used the beacon. So now he's gonna go after us, which is just great. Anyway, game just made a weird sound, so let's see what they have to say.
This is it. The very heart of the Citadel. The pinnacle of galactic power. Kinda makes your head spin if you think about it too much.
It's not that impressive, but whatever. What about you, Ash?
So, this is where the Council passes judgment on all us little folk, huh? Ever get the feeling we're in over our heads, Commander?
Not really. Shepard is used to being in crappy situations like this. Hell, he's been through much worse. So really, I doubt this would really faze him at all. I would imagine, once you experience as much tragedy and sorrow as Shepard has, because, being both a colonist and a sole survivor, I would imagine you become quite jaded to stressful incidents like this. Alright, nothing here. Let's head on back, I guess.
That guy's up to something.
What guy?
The one over by the Keeper.
The hell is he doing? Okay.
Not enough data yet. What? Oh, no, I wasn't. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yes, is there something you want?
I really do not want to know what the hell he was doing right there. That looked wrong, didn't it? Why are you following the Keepers?
Why are you so interested in the Keepers?
Keepers? I've got no interest in the Keep...
Don't get coy. I know what I saw.
I'm not so sure I should be talking to you about this.
Why not?
We're just talking. Is there something wrong with that?
No. I guess it wouldn't hurt to tell you. I'm using a small scanner to gather readings on the Keepers. So far I've had mixed results. I find it difficult to get near the creatures.
Why the lies?
Why were you being so secretive about it, though?
Well, technically we're not supposed to disturb the Keepers. I don't really think my scanning disturbs them, but the authorities might disagree. I'd like to do it more openly, but it's not really worth getting arrested over.
Let me help.
I could help you out. I'm not worried about the authorities.
I don't even know who you are.
I'm with the Alliance.
I'm Commander Shepard, with the Alliance military.
Well, I suppose I could use the help. You'll need this. It's the scanning device I developed. Activate it each time you see a Keeper. All collected data will automatically upload to my database. I'll even send a few credits your way for each unique scan.
Why are you doing this?
What are you doing with the data once you've scanned it?
Trying to learn whatever I can about the Keepers. We see them working everywhere, yet we know so little about them. I'm a scientist. I want to know what makes them tick.
Got it.
I should get going then.
Yes, I have much work myself. So long, and good luck with the scanning.
Alright, so we just got another side quest. So, in order to complete it, we have to find every keeper on the station and scan them. Just walk up to them and push the action button. Like so. I think there was a keeper back in the council chamber, so let's look around there first. I don't remember exactly where it was. I think it's over there. Okay. Yeah, when I get really bored, I start humming a tune to myself. My name is Shepard. I like to walk around aimlessly and talk to random people. There's a keeper.
But I wouldn't believe everything you hear.
That's just it. I'm hearing it everywhere. It's not just isolated rumors.
Do you really think Saren could be involved in something like that without the Council knowing it?
Maybe the Council does know. Everyone already assumes he's just doing their dirty work.
Hello, I'm standing right here.
That's dangerous talk. I'd be careful who you mention that to.
I know. But if it's true, shouldn't we be doing something about it?
No. And I'll thank you to keep me out of it if you do.
I just realized Turians are much taller than humans. I'm sure Shepard looks pretty short, actually. Well, how much taller is Shepard than the other characters? I mean, okay, he's about equal in height to Caden and Ashley, so. Alright, the keeper. Is the keeper here? No, guess not.
No, I haven't spoken to him before. This is the first time I've requested an audience.
Blah, 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 blah. Alright, there's another one.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Say.
Commander?
Nope. Alright. Head down the elevator. Get more dialogue from Caden and Ashley that way. This is a pretty boring segment of the game, I know. You just sort of walk around and talk to people until you find evidence against Saren. It's not the most exciting bit. Wish I could find a way to make it more entertaining. Oh well. Do 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 do.
I can't believe the Council ignored all the evidence against Saren.
Saren's one of their best operatives. It's only natural they'd take his word over ours.
Oh, so now we just chase leads while this smug Turian runs around with his Geth troopers.
That's right.
That's politics, Chief.
I hate politics.
No, music's gone. Alright. So, I know he said to talk to Bar Levant. He's that Volus that we spoke to earlier over there. I'm actually not going to do that though, because if you do that, you miss out on a really fun cutscene that you can get later on when you go down into the wards area of the Citadel. So if you want to get as much dialogue as possible, you should I mean, if you want to get the full experience, you would talk to him after seeing that cutscene, so I'm not going to do that.
I told you before, you're not allowed in here.
This one believes it has the right to move freely through this area.
You're creating a public disturbance. It's against Citadel regulations.
This one is unsure why the other would not wish word of the Enkindlers to be spread.
This is weird. Talk to the weird jellyfish first. Alright, I can't talk to him. Come on.
Do you desire to learn of the Enkindlers? Or has the Honorable CSEC officer enlisted assistance?
What are you doing?
Are you allowed to preach here in the Presidium?
The words this unworthy one speaks are merely observations of the truth. The CSEC officer requests that this one purchase an evangelical permit to spread the truth of the Enkindlers.
A what? An evangelical permit? Who the hell came up with that term? What are the Enkindlers?
Who are the Enkindlers?
Your people know them as the Protheans. They are the true creators of this one's people. The Enkindlers raised the Hanar from ignorance into consciousness by granting this one's people the gift of speech.
Yeah, so the Hanar worship the Protheans as their gods, apparently. The legality of preaching.
So you're breaking the law by preaching without a permit right now?
The CSEC officer states that preaching in this place is forbidden, and preaching anywhere on the Citadel requires a permit. This one humbly submits that it is not preaching to state the truth of the Enkindlers, and thus no permit should be necessary.
Right. Purchase a permit?
If that's all the CSEC officer wants, why not just buy the permit?
The truth of the Enkindlers is universal. This one humbly believes that the truth should not be suppressed. Exacting payment as a means of imposing limits upon the truth is an abrogation of this one's religious freedom.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he's not... I can't believe I can't believe we're actually doing a side quest that involves the religious freedom of speech of a telepathic jellyfish. That's Mass Effect for you, but when you get past the silliness of it all, I agree that people should have religious freedom and have the right to say whatever they want as long as it doesn't hurt other people. I'd like to help.
Let me talk to the CSEC officer. Perhaps I can explain the situation.
This one would be most grateful for the assistance. Please let this one know if success is achieved.
Okay. Helping out oppressed jellyfish with their religious freedom. It's just another day in the life of Commander Shepard.
That Hanar refuses to listen to reason. Why can't it act in an orderly and lawful manner?
It's not smart enough. I'm not gonna pick that. Leave the Hanar alone.
You're suppressing that Hanar's religious freedom. I want you to stop.
I should have known that a human wouldn't respect the laws of the Citadel. Why should the jellies get special treatment? Every other species understands and obeys the laws.
Wait, even the Turians call Hanar jellies? Wouldn't that only be... Would the Turians have their own jellyfish on their own homeworld or something? And apparently I can't use the persuasion options yet, so... Goodbye.
I'll be back.
I don't care what you have to do. Just get rid of that Hanar.
Jeez. I really don't see why it's such a big deal. Like, wait, can I ask this guy questions?
That Hanar refuses to listen to reason. Why can't it act in an orderly and lawful manner?
Be more open-minded.
You should be more tolerant. It's just trying to express its beliefs.
I am not unreasonable. The Hanar is free to spew its nonsense once it purchases an evangelical permit.
Investigate. Rules of permit.
So if the Hanar gets a permit, it's allowed to preach?
No. Registered evangelicals must follow regulations. There are specific areas where preaching is legal. Failure to follow the regulations results in the forfeiture of the license.
Reason for permit.
What's the purpose behind the evangelical permits?
Forcing religious evangelicals to register for a permit weeds out undesirables. It keeps the area safe. The Citadel is too important to become a battleground for a religious war.
Seriously? That seems ridiculous. Yeah, typical elitist viewpoint. Don't want any of those crazy Bible thumpers on our rich garden place. Never mind. I'm curious, why doesn't he just arrest it?
Why don't you just arrest the Hanar?
I could arrest the Jelly, but my superior has requested that I find a solution that does not anger the Hanar. The Hanar become vocal when they feel their religious beliefs are being suppressed.
What the hell does that mean? Not sure I want to know. You're pathetic.
If you can't solve this problem, you don't even deserve to be in C-Sec.
I didn't ask for your help, human. I can deal with this myself.
Alright, see ya. Alright, so I have to get more to upgrade my persuasion skills before I can solve this. Or I could just buy the permit, but actually that wouldn't work because he wants to preach on the Presidium, not... Anyway, even if he did have the permit, he'd have to go somewhere else, and that's not how. Alright, so... let's go down to the wards. Do that by going down to here, I think. And, yeah. More boring walking. More elevator riding. Hey, at least this means I can sing again. You guys love it when I do that, right?
So, Williams, you happy you signed on with Commander Shepard?
Shut up.
I'm not sure, Lieutenant. Every time I think I have a handle on things, the universe bank's hard to port.
Well, don't let anybody know. A big gun and a confident attitude will get you through a lot in life.
Yeah, that's nice. Now, where was I? Oh, yeah. Da 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 da. Wow, I'm really getting into this. Okay. More walking.
Do you really think we'll find him down here?
He always stops in for a few games of Quasar before he makes his drop.
Fist is gonna be pissed if we take down his supplier.
That's the point. We want him angry. Angry people make mistakes.
There's just something about Fist that makes me nervous.
Good. He's a dangerous man. Now keep your eyes peeled for our mark.
I'm just running circles around them while they're talking. Nah, 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 nah. Okay, I'll stop. And these guys have no sense of humor. They just watch me impassively while I do these ridiculous things. Oh, another keeper. Forgot I have to scan them. Alright. Yay, another elevator! This is so exciting. Let's see.
In light of the recent attack on Eden Prime, many colonial investors are pulling their support for future projects. Proponents of expanded human colonization insist that Eden Prime was an isolated case. Nevertheless, colonist enrollment has dropped sharply. Many colonial proposals are on hold until backers have some reassurance that human colonies will be adequately protected.
Yeah, like that's ever gonna happen. do 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 da 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 da. What was that? Is there something behind here? Another keeper. Okay. What is this place? It's weird. Let me think. Let me save it because I don't want to accidentally trigger the fight scene that's up ahead here. Spoil it, but there's something nasty down here. Okay. No problem. Just go through here then. Talk to this guy.
Hello there. Welcome to Moorland's famous shop. You want many good supplies, yes?
Let me see what you have.
Oh, you will be pleased, I think. Very good things I have. You will see.
This guy is creepy. View standard items, I guess. Okay. Striker 2 pistol. How does that compare to what I already have? That's much worse than what I already have. Okay, never mind then. Metagel upgrade 2. Allows me to carry more metagel. That's nice. Another license. A grenade upgrade. Darn it, I don't have the money for that. Alright, whatever. Well, look at this guy. Yeah, this guy's a Krogan. Another Krogan. They were talking about them earlier. It's like weird lizard turtle people. I don't know. They're another major race in the Mass Effect universe. They play an important role in the future games too. Especially the third one. Where they're kind of... Well, I'm not going to spoil anything. Suffice it to say they kind of have a big role in saving the galaxy. Well, to be fair, every alien race has a major part to play in the...
Is that really? Wow! It's you!
Oh no, not this guy. Almost forgot about him. He is,
Is that really? Wow! It's you!
Alright, let's talk to Conrad Werner here.
You're Commander Shepard, the hero of Eden Prime. I am so honored to meet you.
Who are you?
Do I know you?
I like that. How he says that.
No, I'm just a fan. One of your biggest fans, actually. My name is Conrad. Conrad Werner. They say you killed more than 100 Geth on Eden Prime.
Leave me alone. No, I'll be nice. I just tried to help.
I spend most of the time trying to stay alive and help the colonists.
Hey, I know you're probably busy, but do you have time for a quick autograph?
Oh God. Autograph? Are you serious? I guess this guy is like the literal definition of the fanboy stereotype, I guess. Since when did Shepard have a bunch of adoring fans, anyway? He hasn't really done all that much, has he? No problem, but... No. I'm actually gonna act hesitant about it. I suppose.
Here you go.
Thanks. I really appreciate it. My wife is going to be so impressed. I'll let you get back to work. But next time you're on Earth, I'd love to buy you a drink. Thanks again!
Yeah. Okay. That was awkward. But we got through it. Let's talk to this guy now.
Hello, Earth Clan. No doubt you've just come back from the colonies. Will you be needing supplies?
The colonies?
What colonies are you talking about?
Oh, my mistake, Earth Clan. I assumed... It doesn't matter. Pharos? Noveria? Well, if you haven't heard of them yet, I'm sure you will soon. But it doesn't matter where you hail from. My goods are available to all.
Pharos.
I'd like to know more about Pharos.
It's an old Prothean world. Their buildings still litter the surface. The humans aren't the first to colonize it, but they are the most recent. I just realized I haven't heard from my contact on that planet for some time. Ah, well, I'm sure he's fine.
No, he's actually dead. He died horribly. Noveria.
What can you tell me about Noveria?
The corporate capital of the Attican Traverse. Very cold. Very snowy. I don't get too many clients from there. They all have their own private suppliers.
Yeah, so Pharos and Noveria, they're both very important worlds in this game. So, let me see your goods.
Show me what you've got.
Most excellent.
Not that I'll...
I am sure you will find something pleasing.
Not that I'll be able to afford any of it. Seriously, 80,000 credits? Why do they even have this stuff here? They know I'm not going to be able to buy it at this point of the game. 12,000 credits. Another license. I guess I'll buy that. That's really all I can get. Oh, thanks for nothing. Bolus shopper.
Best place on this ward to buy upgrades.
Yeah, I guess.
Prices are pretty good here.
Uh-huh.
Have you been to the Emporium up on the Presidium?
Naturally I have. It's run by a weird telepathic jellyfish.
Try the markets downstairs if you can't find what you're looking for.
Oh, that's okay.
Best place on this ward to buy upgrades.
I don't think you bought this here. I don't sell this model.
Look, I know it was you. I remember your face.
Really, that's impressive. Usually you humans can't tell one Turian from another.
This was the place! Now, are you gonna give me a refund or not?
Do you have your proof of purchase?
What? No, I don't think you ever gave me one.
I'm sorry then. I can't help you.
But, what do you...
Can't help you.
Okay. That was weird. Don't know what the hell that was all about. Was he just discriminating against him because he's human? Or something? I don't know. I guess that was the obvious implication, but... whatever. Whoa. That is cool. Reminds me of Coruscant from the Star Wars movies. Doesn't it? A little bit? I don't know. Right. That's really cool, man. That's epic.
Commander Shepard? Excuse me, Commander Shepard!
What the hell? Who said that? Oh, it's her. What does she want?
I'm Emily Wong. I'm an investigative journalist working here on the Citadel. Could I have a moment of your time?
Of course. It's not like I have anything better to do but to talk to random people and accept side quests. It's an RPG, remember?
What do you need?
I've been hunting for evidence of corruption and organized crime on the Citadel, but there are places I can't go. I was hoping you might share anything you find during your own investigation. I can make it worth your time.
What do you... like, how much money am I going to be paid for this? Will it be enough to finally buy a suit of armor from those ridiculously overpriced kiosks? Because that would be great. How are our investigations linked?
How do you know that my investigation is going to uncover anything you need?
You wouldn't be investigating if it weren't big. And if it's big, it's something I'd like to hear about.
Source of information.
How do you know I'm investigating anything here on the Citadel?
I'm a good journalist, Commander Shepard. Word gets around.
Yeah, apparently everyone just knows everything about me for some bizarre reason. Why me?
You've got to have access to better sources. Why contact me?
I'm using every source I can find, but I think I've got a better shot with you. According to your file, you survived back on Akuz when everyone else in your squad got killed. If anyone can find the worst elements of the Citadel and live to tell about it, it's you.
That's true. I did survive while all my squad mates got eaten by giant sandworms. And that is actually not a joke. Look it up. Consider it done.
Sounds like a good cause. If I find any information, it's yours.
Thank you, Commander. You won't regret it.
Okay, that was awfully non-specific. Like, what the hell am I supposed to find for her? Oh, whatever. Let's go up here. This whole place is weird. Sort of a weird space-agey techno vibe to it.
You should be careful when you say that around.
What? Everyone knows Fist isn't with the local criminals.
Maybe, but I wouldn't go shouting it from the mountaintops.
Yeah, unless you want to end up on his hit list.
Yes, I heard he actually buried some corpses under the stage at Cora's Den.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Yes, and it might explain the stench in that place.
Great. That doesn't sound good. What's this guy have to say?
Hey, good to see another human in here. Not a bad place, but it's just not the same as back home.
What about you, Caden? Have anything to say?
Drinks and dancing down below, gambling up above. Good place to blow off some steam.
Yeah, it's like we're in Vegas. Only in space. Space Vegas.
Not really my kind of place, but there sure are some spectacular views here.
But what, you just said you love this place, Caden. Are you feeling alright?
Never been a real fan of crowds.
Come on, at first you were like, I love this place, with all the gambling and the drinking. Now you're like, no, I'm not so sure now. I don't like crowds very much.
Too many lights, too much noise.
Okay, we get it. You now hate this place. Fine, whatever.
Not really my kind of place, but there sure are some spectacular views here.
If we weren't on duty, I'd have to show you some of my dance moves. Sir.
Ashley, come on, we only just met. There's no need for you to suddenly start becoming all unprofessional.
It's out of my hands, Peter. I'd bring her back in a second, but she doesn't want to come.
I know. I'll see if I can talk some sense into her next time I see her.
Be careful. You know how stubborn your sister can be. The more you push and prod, the more she'll run away.
Yeah, you're probably right. Thanks, Doran.
Okay. Anything else, Ashley?
A lot of traffic here. How fast do you think those cars are going?
Oh, they're all going at the speed of light.
You think it's expensive to live here?
Yeah, probably.
You can keep the Presidium. This is where the action is. A lot of traffic here. How fast do you think those cars are going?
Alright, let's see. Now here I can talk to. Let's talk to these two.
Welcome to Flux. Name's Doran. What can I do for you?
Flux.
Is this a casino?
Among other things, yes. We've got some quasar stations, if you're interested.
You own this place?
Are you the owner?
Owner, cook, and bartender. I've even been known to dance a little when the mood strikes me. We've got some quasar stations, if you're interested.
You just said that. Wait, you that desperate for me to gamble? You're just gonna keep telling me? Yeah, screw you.
Goodbye.
Enjoy your time here at Flux.
Alright, what about this girl?
Sorry, I'm kind of busy right now. So, what can I do for you?
Problems?
What were you discussing with the Volus?
Who, Doran? Oh, I was just asking him about my sister. See, she worked for Doran before she left to... Ugh, sorry. I don't want to bore you with my problems.
It's okay, go on.
I'm interested to hear what you have to say.
Well, okay. My sister Jenna left here to go work at Cora's Den. The problem is, she's working as an informant for CSEC. You know, eavesdropping on the people there. If they find out what she's doing, they'll kill her.
Well, that's not good.
Being an informant is a dangerous job.
That's what I've been telling her. I don't know. Sometimes I think she stays there just to spite me.
Have you talked to CSEC?
Do you know who her contact at CSEC is?
No. It's all very secret. Last time I asked an officer, he told me to stay out of it, for Jenna's safety.
Leave it to me.
Maybe I could help her understand just how dangerous Cora's Den is.
Would you? That'd be great. Just don't tell her I sent you. Well, I should get back to work before I get in trouble. Thanks.
At this point, I'm gonna be completely overwhelmed by side quests. We'll talk to this guy again. I think he has...
Hello again. Can I help you?
Yep, I was right. Ask about Rita and Jenna.
What can you tell me about the sisters working for you?
Well, Jenna left to work at Cora's Den. Now her sister Rita is all worried she might be in some kind of trouble. Not much chance Jenna will change her mind, though. She's a stubborn one. If she wanted to come back, I'd take her in a second. The customers loved her.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if he said, "We have some quasar stations if you're interested," after saying that?
I should be going.
He just always says that.
Enjoy your time here at Flux.
Alright. What the hell's making those sounds? Sounds creepy.
I'm waiting for someone else. Place is busier than usual.
Uh-huh. What the hell is that? Creepy. Alright. And another keeper. Some gambling machines. What's this? Suspicious gambling machine?
I think somebody rigged this machine to funnel credits through the system. Let me trace a signal.
Okay. Oh, that's weird. I'm now gonna... Should I or shouldn't I? Nah, I'm not gonna gamble. Not really a good idea. Seriously, these people are making some creepy sounds. Let's get out of here. Come on, open, open. Jeez. Those doors really have to be there. All they do is delay you. Alright, here. We'll save it before doing anything else, because it's saved in a while. Alright. Scenic view. Observe.
Big place.
That your professional opinion, sir?
What was that all about? Why'd the music stop? Huh, that was weird. He's right, Chief.
This isn't a station. It's a city.
There must be millions here. It can't be possible to track everyone coming and going.
This makes Jump Zero look like a porta-john, and it's the largest deep space station the Alliance has.
Jump Zero is big, but this is a whole nother scale. Look at the ward arms. How do they keep all that mass from flying apart?
We have to work to measure up.
The Council represents more races than I thought. No wonder they're careful with newcomers.
They probably just want to keep everything running. It has to be hard keeping all these cultures working together.
Or maybe they just don't like humans.
What's not to like?
Why not? We've got oceans, beautiful women, this emotion called love. According to the old vids, we have everything they want.
If you expect to get me in a tinfoil miniskirt and thigh-high boots, I want dinner first. Sir.
That will be enough, Chief.
That would be unprofessional. That was awkward. It's alright, I guess.
At ease, Lieutenant. I can't see her in a skirt anyway.
Damn straight you can't.
Ready to move out, sir.
Well, that was awkward. I must say though, this is probably my favorite scene from the game, that when they're overlooking the city and talking to each other about how, I don't know, it was just kind of a standout moment for me in this game. Anyway. Alright, I think I may have just hit the hour mark here. Let me see something. Yeah, I think I just did. Okay. Well, you know, we can... Let's do a bit more exploring first. Felt rather short for me for some reason. Or at least... What's this? Oh, another codex entry. That's cool. And another keeper. Okay. Let's launch my metagel. Talk to her.
Hello there, Commander. I'm Dr. Claude Michel. Is there something I can do for you?
Personal question.
You're a doctor. How did you end up here on the Citadel?
My parents brought me here when I was young. My father was a medic with the Alliance. I chose to keep the medical tradition alive, but not the military. Fixing up wounded soldiers isn't my idea of fun.
I need supplies.
Let me take a look at what you have for sale.
Of course.
Jeez, 420,000 credits? Good God, just when you think these people can't get any more unreasonable, they continue to surprise me. Plus 1 health regeneration per second, that doesn't sound all that good. I'd rather wait until I can afford the more high-end stuff. What a ripoff, though. I don't get it. I'm a military commander. I should already have all the good stuff. It's not... What am I, just a poster boy? With no real, actual military power? What a joke. A complete and utter insult, if you ask me. I mean, I know obviously if I just start out with the best equipment right away, the game wouldn't be as challenging, but still, from a story perspective, it makes absolutely no sense. Officer Lane. Let's see what he has to say.
Hey, I know you. You're Shepard, right? I saw the monument at Aku's. They got a whole section about you there. It's a miracle you survived.
Looks like you have a fan.
I'm sorry, I just never thought I'd meet someone like you in person. My name's Lang, Officer Eddie Lang, Citadel Security. It's an honor to meet you, Commander. What are you doing down here in the wards? Anything I can help you with?
Okay, and so I have another fan, apparently. Seriously, why do I have such a huge fan base? I mean, what did... Nah, never mind. C-Sec.
Why'd you join Citadel Security?
I don't know. Seemed like the right thing to do, you know? Maybe it's in my blood. My grandfather was a cop back on Earth. It's kind of what C-Sec is. Police for the Citadel. I'm still pretty new at it, but I like it so far. Way more interesting than staying back on Earth. You get to meet all kinds of cool aliens, like those Hanar. Wild. Plus, C-Sec gets a lot of respect here. We uphold the law. People, even aliens, appreciate that.
Yeah, I guess that's true. The Citadel.
How do you like working here on the Citadel?
This place is amazing. I've been here almost a year, and I still haven't seen a tenth of it. The Presidium's just so beautiful. Good place to go and relax. But I really like it here down in the wards. There's always something going on somewhere. Like that new club they just opened a few months ago, Flux. Wicked scene in there, Commander. You should check it out when you have some time.
Yeah, I was already there. Can't say it impressed me all that much, though. Spectres.
What do you know about the Spectres?
Just the stuff they show in the vids. They always make them out to be super agents on secret missions to save the galaxy. I know it's not really like that, though. Some of the other C-Sec guys don't like them too much, figure they shouldn't be able to operate outside the law. But if they were so bad, the Council wouldn't use them, right?
That's pretty naive. Big government organizations like the Council will certainly use underhanded methods to get what they want from time to time. Alright? Harkin.
Do you know a C-Sec officer named Harkin?
I shouldn't really say too much. He's been on the force a lot longer than me. But I've heard things, you know? Drinking on the job, taking bribes, that kind of thing. Rumors mostly, but they suspended him, so some of it must be true.
Alright. I guess that's it then. Goodbye.
I have to go.
Right. You're probably real busy. Well, see you around, Commander.
Yep. Codex entry and keeper scan. Which is all good. Alright, so I think I'm gonna end my video here. So thank you for watching and hope to see you all on the next episode. Thank you and goodbye. Hey guys, it's me again. It's a little bonus segment of me. This is me designing the thumbnail for this episode, and God, he looks awful. I'm not very good at photoshopping here, so I tried to put the sunglasses on him, but they just look like they're hanging off of his face. Don't they? It'd be hilarious if he actually did that. Maybe I'll be like, Saren, what are you doing? Why do you have those on? Because they make me look badass. You're disbarred from the Spectres forever.